Boy, did you see the Republican debate last night? It was like howler monkeys, you know? Interesting thing about howler monkeys, it's not unique to them. It's actually true of most primates. There's an interesting piece about this over at Raw Story that's, linking to a science article that points out that, in the animal kingdom, this from this article on Raw Story, from The Conversation, I don't see an attribution for an author. In the animal kingdom, evolution often provides males with beefy bodies, sexual weaponry such as big teeth, horns, or antlers, or bold colors in order to attract females' attention and outcompete rivals. However, these are costly investments biologically. And so anyhow, they looked at these howler monkeys, 10 species distributed from Mexico to Argentina. And here's the bottom line. The huge variation in how loud they are, 14 times from the loudest to the faintest, and how big their equipment is, 6.5 times from smallest to largest. And there's an inverse relationship. Surprise, surprise. Developing a large vocal organ and roaring may be so costly there's simply not enough energy left to invest in testes, they say. Alternatively, such a roar may be so effective at deterring rival males that there's no need for hardworking equipment, shall we say. In howler monkeys, at least, males are either all mouth and no trousers or all trousers and no mouth. When it comes to sex and reproduction, evolution says you can't have it all. Catty K, I think this morning on MSNBC said, there was way too much. Actually, I'm missing the word that she used, and I don't want to say basically way too much testosterone on stage last night. She said she felt like she needed a shower. I think last night was John Kasich's moment. I think John Kasich came across as the only adult on the stage. He was very careful to do that. In fact, when they asked him a question specifically about Donald Trump, he said, I'm not taking the bait. In other words, I'm not going to give Trump another 30 seconds to react to me. And I'm not a fan of John Kasich. I consider him probably the most dangerous of the Republican candidates in terms of the probability of getting elected president of the United States. And, we'll have to see, what happens in the polls over the next couple of days. But, what was the summary in HuffPost Politics? Donald Trump's penis got more airtime than these issues. And this is true. Trump saying, Marco Rubio said I have small hands, and that means you got small other stuff. I got to assure you that everything's okay there. And that more airtime was devoted to that than to retirement and Social Security. This a brilliant piece over here on it's by Samantha Lackman on Huffington Post. More time was spent discussing the size of the Donald's equipment compared to the amount of time that was spent on climate change. More time was spent on that than the time that was spent on drug policy. More time was spent on that than it was spent on alternatives to Obamacare. More time was spent on the size of Donald's equipment compared to unions, workplace protections, paid leave, equal pay. More time was spent on that than on voting rights. More time was spent talking about that than racial justice. More time was spent basically, these three men trying to out big equipment each other or whatever, than was on student debt or Wall Street or women. In fact, the word woman was uttered twice during the entire evening. Yesterday, Jane Sanders tweeted out, and I think this is, regardless of who you support, what party, this is what she's saying is so right. Yesterday, she tweeted out, 35 years ago, Bernie was elected mayor by 10 votes. If 10 people hadn't shown up that day, we might not be here today. Your vote counts. To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.